it's in English as per usual, since we are broadcasting in several groups in several countries at the same time. We are going to do a very important training that if you haven't done it, you need to do it. I'm sitting here with my favorite partner in the world, Sunny, and we're gonna do the game plan audit, which means that we are gonna look what has the year provided for me and us into our business, so that we actually can make sure that when we finish this year, we are completely done and we don't need to reevaluate. We have learned what we need to learn, and we can start the year strong when New Year's comes. So if you haven't done it, you need to do it. And this is something that might feel a bit simple, or it might feel like, oh, it's not really that important to reevaluate what didn't really work, or where you found yourself in a place where you felt like, yeah, but I didn't really put the effort in. That is so important to evaluate, and evaluate it truthfully, because there is no shame in, like, there is no end game in holding anything back. You need to view it as it is, not worse than it is, not better than it is, but as it is. So we're going to do a quick evaluation, and if you're joining us, make sure that you are writing in the comments that you are here and say hello to us. And if you're watching this in replay, write #replay in the comments so that we know that you are with us. With that said, would you like to say anything?
I think you covered everything right now.
Nice.
So please, I think this is going to be a little different than what we normally do. Probably going to take a little bit longer for you, because we want you to do it. So that means that right now we're going live, and if you're watching us live right now, please check in and say hi to us so we can see who you are. But we also want you to like keep it afterwards, and maybe you need to pause it and do the task, because we don't have time to sit here and wait for you to do it right now. But we want you to sit down and take the time to make sure that you find the numbers and you do the task right now. This is not for our sake, it's your business, and it needs to be evaluated at this time of the year.
Super good. So we're going to step into this, and we're going to look at our end of the year audit 2022. So we're going to do an exercise, and you are going to get an opportunity to just say, hey, want the worksheet, write me in the chat, or write worksheet in the chat, so we can send you this worksheet so that you can do it yourself. What we're going to focus on is, first of all, we're going to distinguish and see, hey, what were my actual goals for 2022? What did I say that I want to produce for my business, in my business? And then what we're going to do is that we're going to look at the outcome, what actually happened. And what we want to do is do this in several areas that are most important, which is revenue. What are your sales? Go through it. What did you actually sell for in your business during 2022? And reevaluate and so goal, outcome. Then we want to look at the actual income. So there is a difference between income and sale and cash collected. So if you have an income and that's money in the bank, but if you have sales, that's the sales that you have made that will pay you in the future. So if someone buys a program for you and you have them on a payment plan, then you're going to see that money next year, but it's still apart. We want to count them differently, because as you're selling something, and as you're growing your business, what you will see is that you will have one number for income. The other number that will be affected is your MRA, which monthly recurring average. But I want you to count instead your MRR, which is monthly recurring revenue, which means what's the key indicator, the key number that tells you how much your business is making, how much money is actually coming into the bank account. And as you see a progression, if you measure this from now on and during the full year of 2023, then you're going to see a substantial, you're going to get substantial data that you can use for your business. So what it actually means is, what kind of income in the bank, what kind of money do I expect my business to generate? Do you believe?
No, it totally makes sense. And I want you to pause it. If you're watching this afterwards, I want you to pause it now and find your numbers. We want the exact numbers. We don't want to guess. If we are running a business, we can't do it on feelings and emotions and guessing and hoping. This is a real business we're running, so we need to get our real numbers into the sheet. So
super important.
we need the sales, and we need sales. That is, I know this for a fact that I need to say this because it can be a little bit confusing sometimes. The sales are excluding the VAT or the moms if you're in Denmark or Sweden. It's excluded because that's not your money. So we only care about the sales concerning with your money, which is without the VAT. So what's the sales? Not how much money you got into sales. That is the revenue, and then you will put in the income, which is the money in the bank, and then the last part is the monthly recurring average, our monthly recurring revenue. I would put in right now. Now we're in December 2022. Just write down, if you were not gonna sell one more program next year, are not going to have one more client from now on, what would you still have every month for at least like a couple of months, maybe 5-6 months ahead, because you sold them already this year, but they have a payment plan that means that will pay next year. So how much would you actually get in every month next year, just because you've made the sale already?
And super, super important to understand, because if we start the year, this is January 2022. Let's say that in January 2022, you sold 2 programs, and then February came. I won't do this super but then February came and you sold 2 more programs. And all of those 4 programs are on payment plans for, let's say, 12 months. That means that you have 4 clients over here that will pay you over 12 months. So it's important that we measure it over the full year. And the full year 2023, when that comes, you will get money every month, and this is what we want you to measure. So if you were, as Sanne said, if you were to not sell any more from now on, how much money would still come into the bank due to what you did last year? That's what we want to figure out, and we really want to make sure that we get our numbers right. And we want to look at what goals did I set, and maybe you are realizing that, hey, I didn't have any goals. Cool. So what goals are you going to set for 2023? Let's talk about that in a while. Then we want to look at what were your goals for how many clients did you want and how many did you actually get? How many sales calls did you do? And how many sales calls did you want? What's your target? And what did you actually have in terms of sales calls? And then when it comes to leads, which is people interested in your business, in your programs, in taking help from your coaching, what were your goals in terms of how many leads did I need in order to reach my goals, and how many leads did I actually get? So right now, if you're watching this in a recording and you have this worksheet in front of you, print it out and then fill this out for you. It's gonna help you a lot, and you're gonna learn from it. And that learning is what we're going to establish on the next page.
Would it be okay? I just, if you go back to that prior page, I just want to say one thing regarding that one. And please, everyone, please write, if this makes sense to you right now, just write sense. And if this is a little bit confusing for you right now, be okay with that. I need you to be okay with this. We need to grow into the next level of business owners to be able to grow our businesses. So be okay with, if you're in a place in your business right now where this is a little bit confusing, I don't really understand these numbers, just be okay that there's something I need to grow into, and we're just starting to do that. I just want to say about the clients, number of clients, quite easy for you to find, right? So you know how many clients you have. If you have more than one, beautiful, thank you. If you have more than one program, write in specific, like in my low-end program, my first program, I have this amount of clients. In my high-end program, I have this many clients. So you can see and plan how you want them to evolve next year. That's one thing. But regarding the sales calls, understanding the sales calls, understanding the leads, if you do not track your numbers, it's hard for us to plan on how will you make sure you will achieve the goal you have. So right now, just write what you think of what you have. I understand you might not have the specific, but just what you think right now. And then it's a good idea to start tracking it from now on.
Yeah, create your map. Because your map is everything. Try navigating the sea without having any idea of what's north, what's west, what's east, and what's south. you're never going to get there because it's just blue ocean wherever you look. So we're going to step into do an evaluation process. And this is super straightforward. What worked for you? What didn't work for you? And then what did you learn? And your objective here is to find as many objects here at each and every one of them in order for you to get as much feedback as possible so that you can grow, so that you can learn. Is there anything that we need to say about this?
I want you to really take some time doing this. This is crucial. This is so important because numbers are just numbers. Numbers is telling us how our business is doing. But we need to understand if we did not achieve what we wanted to say, because you wrote down what was my goal last year when I set the goal for 2022. And if I didn't reach that, we want to understand, but what of the things I did work? What actually did work? What can I do and apply again? But what are the things that didn't work? What is it I did that just didn't give me the results I wanted? But what's much more interesting than getting your results right now is your learnings, because your learnings would be so much more worth than any result you have had this year if you just get the right learnings you need to get to move into next year, and we can use them in the next plan. So spend some time doing this.
And if you need a structure, play 2 songs, 5 minutes a song, and then you're done. With maybe the first one or maybe the 2 first. Maybe you play 3 songs and you give yourself 15 minutes just to get it written down. Really good. Thank you, Sunny. So the next step that we want to do, would you like to say anything about this one instead of me?
I can do that. I'm thinking you want me to swap places here. So yeah, let's evaluate you. Yeah, you're the business owner, so it's about you, this page. So we're curious to check in and just be, this is the time where you want to be honest with yourself. That's the only way we can use it. So who were you as a business owner this year? How hard were you playing the game of running your business? Were you, let me just get this. Were you being the driver of your business, being the driver, being in the front seat, steering that car towards where you wanted to go? Did you have control? And now we're looking back on 12 months, and 12 months is a long time. And what we know about running our businesses is that during a period of 12 months, we have ups and downs. We have times it's hard. We need to struggle. We go through these emotional journeys that we're going through running our businesses. But if you look at it, and just go through each month, how would you say and evaluate yourself? Were you the driver at this time of the year? Were you the driver this time of the year? Or were you actually, maybe you went to the passenger seat, not really steering the car, but more interested in controlling the music in the car, and not really attending, maybe sometimes just saying, oh my God, we needed to have turned right here. Oh, we need to turn around, go right. That's how we do on the passenger seat, right? Or could it be that you actually went to the back seat? You actually went to the back seat. So you're not really driving and you're just looking down on your iPad and not really steering anything. Or it could be as bad as there might be some time of this past year that you were like back in the trunk with the luggage and not doing anything, not stepping in at all, not knowing what was happening, just out of this game. So how would you say you played this game of running your own business this past year? And write a little note to yourself. Who were you as a business owner? What did you see about yourself? What did you learn about yourself? What did you understand about yourself running your business as a coach? I think that's it. Do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I would like to say something about being the business owner. Because I remember when I started my first business, I was so happy having a business, being a business owner, but didn't really understand what it meant. And what I would like you to see and understand and get is that you stepping into actually taking care of the business interests are your responsibility as the owner. Which means that what do your business need actually? Because so many of us, and I've spoken to coaches like during this year who actually make like 500,000 or 800,000 a year, which is a substantial income for any like solopreneur that runs their own business, but that aren't as like, you know, they're not running it consecutively with their focus on what is the indicator that gives me the data so that I can understand how I can do it more effectively, so that I can help more people, I can do it more systematic and can do it in a more structured way. And most important of all, I can keep a close attention on what does my business actually need. And I know when people are starting their businesses, like me, when I started my business, I was more interested of having a business, calling myself. So when anyone asked me, well, do you have your own business? I could say like, yeah, I have. I have my own. And, you know, but, you know, there is no significance to gain here. There is service to give, clients to help, and people to engage with long enough so that you actually give them the breakthrough that you can give them. But in order for you to do that, you need to step into being the driver of your business and focusing on what do your business need so that you can gain the results necessary. And this is all about looking in the rearview mirror, seeing reality as it is, finding out what are the key lessons, what are the goals that I can extract from however I've behaved during the year, so that I can become more influential and do more and give more when we step into 2023. And it might sound like a simple thing to do, like a simple evaluation, but I want to let you know that there is no big business ever that doesn't do this work very, very, very like thorough. Everyone does it because we need to find out how are we doing. Really nice. We have one last for you.
Yeah. Let's do the last page here for you. And again, if you want to have the worksheet and work in that, just write worksheet underneath here and in the comment field, and we'll send it to you. So I want you to go back and just looking at the one person of you who was running your business last year in 2021. That version of you who was sitting there 1 year ago and planning 2022. Write a letter to that person and give them the best insights you've had from this year, the best advice you have from 2022. Share that with that 1 year younger version of you. What would you wish you had known going into 2022? What would you wish that you were aware of, looking for or working for going into this year? So take some time, write yourself a little letter.
Love that. With that said, people, we are going to go to the airport and we're going to fly to Sydney, and then we're going to fly back in 4 days after we've arrived in Sydney to attend a gala so that we can spend time with our kids. But for now, I wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope you are doing so well, and I hope your businesses are thriving. And if you have any questions, let us know. If you want the worksheet, let us know.
Yeah, you can get the worksheet. And I'm just thinking, because one thing is evaluating the year has just been, but what's even more crucial is planning the next year, right?
100%.
Because what we don't want is sitting here in 1 year and just see that our business was out of control in 2023, and just see that we were just running around chasing shiny objects everywhere, not really steering our business, being in the driver's seat. We want to make sure that we are not running our businesses on emotions and feelings and like things that just feel like I want to do right now. Yeah, we can do that. But if you want to have a specific result next year, there are some things you want to do and plan. So if you're interested, I'm just thinking loudly right now, if you're interested, we could set up a work day together with you in the beginning of January. Make a workshop together, and we will guide you through how to plan and schedule and build up the systems you need to make sure that you'll have the business you dream of next year. If that's interesting for you, please write workshop and we will get back to you. We're not ready to sign up right now. We just want to know if you're interested first, because if you're not, we'll just do it for ourselves. So, and our clients, of course. But if you are, just write workshop, and we'll get back to you and invite you to do that with us. We'll help you to get through everything you need to have your business plan ready for next year.
Yeah, cool.
Let's do that.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Love that. Hey, people, take care. We are happy to see you before. We're gonna see each other before at the end of the New Year's. But until then, take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.